These are the strict rules that Kylian Mbappe must follow as one of PSG's most important players, and you wouldn't believe what PSG has him do as their biggest asset. But first, we've got to talk about how important he is for French football. Not since Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Neymar has a player been so sought after that clubs were willing to stab each other in the back to sign him. In 2022, the football world was on fire. The Premier League, La Liga, the German Bundesliga, Serie A, all the big clubs from Europe lined up at Kylian Mbappe's door with different offers and promises just to get the prodigy to sign for them. But Paris Saint-Germain were cooking something, and they had the best cooks in the kitchen. Emmanuel Macron, president of France; Noël Le Graët, president of French football; Vincent Lebrun, president of the French Football League. All these cooks weighed in to support Nasser Al-Khelaifi in his bid to keep the 2018 World Cup winner in Parc des Princes. And by the time they were done, not even the prospect of joining a historical club like Real Madrid appealed to Mbappe. The lad is so talented that if he wasn't there, France would not have achieved half of what they have in the last 5 years. PSG have always dominated since the Qataris took over, but Mbappe elevated them to another level. They sure as rain weren't going to let him go without a fight. He's too important, and the lad knows it. Now he enjoys benefits that only Cristiano Ronaldo can. He's also the law at PSG. But even the law is subject to the lawmakers, something we've learned through the media that even shocks Mbappe sometimes. For one, Mbappe cannot flex his bling or his cars at any nightlife venues while he plays for PSG. Imagine making all that money and you can't flex it. Feels like a leash around your neck, doesn't it? Imagine how it must feel for Kylian Mbappe. But there's a backstory to this rule, and it involves a certain Brazilian. Back in 2022, Neymar caused a huge fight between Lionel Messi and Mbappe. Yep. Messi came to PSG and stole his best friend back from Mbappe, and the lad was visibly unhappy. He eventually got over it, but he sometimes would let it show when he saw them being all buddy-buddy in training. And when Neymar caused the stir by going to a nightclub before a match, he came down hard on the guy while Messi came to his rescue. The fallout was reportedly so big that the rule had to be laid down: no nightclubs during the season. To prove how serious the rule is, PSG's sporting director, Luis Campos, made friends with all the Paris nightclub owners so they could tell him if the players visited their joints during the season. And that's how Mbappe ruined his chances of relaxing after a game. He has clubs lining up for him, but while at PSG, no nightclubs. It gets even better. With millions of fans, Mbappe is the most followed person from France in the whole world. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The lad has millions of fans latching onto his every word and liking every post he makes. But he cannot respond to them during team lunches because of the rule: no phones at team meals. Be it a quick WhatsApp message to let his agents know about his decision on his latest brand sponsorship, or a quick scroll to like posts of people he follows, or even just to catch up on funny videos. Mbappe will have to do all that when he gets home. The punishment? A fine. One that will probably not shake him anyway, but one that will be embarrassing to the Prince of Paris. It gets even more embarrassing. Sometimes, Mbappe has to deal with the fans who troop to the club's facilities just to get a glimpse of him. Media rounds, fan interactions, signing that little boy's shirt, being a superstar. The club who made him a superstar doesn't care though, because Mbappe must never be late to training. PSG resumed training at 9:45 AM, and all players must be at the grounds before 9 AM. Now that's discipline, but having someone like Mbappe means you should give a little room, yeah? Well, according to PSG, the answer to that is a big no. The punishment? Being locked out. If it was a fine, it could have even been better. Imagine Mbappe having to plead at the gates to be let in. That's embarrassing. But if he wants to keep his dignity as the Prince of Paris, he's got to ignore the fans and get to training on time. But that's not the half of it. Imagine being frozen out of the team on away trips for interacting with fans. With Neymar, Messi, Achraf Hakimi, Sergio Ramos, Marquinhos, and many more superstars in the side, one would expect the team to take the opportunity to interact with away fans once they hit a new location, especially the Prince of Paris, whose popularity keeps soaring through the roof. But no, once the team gets off the plane, they move straight into the team bus and straight to their hotel to rest and prepare for training before the game. The only time Mbappe is allowed to greet his fans is after the game. If he does it before the game, he sits on the bench. If that's not a strict, embarrassing rule, I don't know what is. But if Mbappe can handle being the best player for his country, he can handle those little rules. Click this video to learn things you didn't know about Mbappe. Eric Garcia once said that Xavi is just like Pep Guardiola. This means that important Manchester City players like Haaland have some serious rules they must follow. Click this video to learn all about the strict rules Erling Haaland must follow at Manchester City.